Hi, folks. Welcome to a very special edition of Diplomacy Cast. On Memorial Day weekend, David Hood ran virtual Dixiecon, an event that had 80 players from all over the world participating in 20 games of diplomacy in one day. There were 11 boards in the morning and 9 in the evening. The game that follows comes from the evening round. I had to drop out a little bit after midnight, but thankfully we had a special guest come in to finish up the broadcast. I'm Chris Martin, and I'll stab you soon.
Wilmington, Insurrection. In Austria is Matthew Crill. In England is Greg Fairbanks. In France is Hunter Katcher. Germany is former world champ Doug Moore. Italy is Ed Prem. Russia, Eric Hunter. And Turkey, our very own Jason Mastbaum.
This is our marquee board, I think. This is the board with a lot of talent on it. Yeah, yes. No weak spots on this board at all.
You know, are you familiar with all 7 players?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Doug Moore, we're all familiar with. He's won 2 world championships and at least 1 DipCon. I know that. Hunter has won the European DipCon and has won a bunch of tournaments over here as well. All right, so let's talk about. And another thing about Doug Moore is that he's well known as one of the best Germany players in the world, if not the best. So funny to see him in Germany. So let's talk about some moves here. Siobhan, what do you see?
So I mean, right off the bat, Jason Mastbaum went with Sundstrom, which is fine.
The first non-Chicago player to do that this tournament.
First non-Chicago player to do it. That's correct. I will say, without naming names, I did get a text from one player who was on this board complaining about another player who was on this board. So curious to see how that pans out.
He's going to throw that out there? Oh, my goodness.
I'll put it on the side. It's fine. No, it's... So France opens to the channel. Which, all right. I mean... This day and age, you expect a lot of Englands to go to the channel. Thank you, Chris Martin. We all appreciate that.
Here's a reason for why.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, Italy opens to Piedmont. So, yeah.
But interestingly, France went to open to Gascony here. So he can cover Piedmont, but it's still probably just going to be a 1 build France.
It's a not guaranteed 2 build France. There's a little bit of a guessing game. Sometimes Piedmont holds to force France to pull a unit back, which means that they can't build in Marseille. So that's the question between Hunter and Ed right now is which 50-50 on that guess.
And who would you put your money on there?
I think Hunter covers Marseille. I don't know Ed well enough to know whether or not Piedmont will hold. If I'm in Piedmont, I think if I'm up against Hunter, I go to Marseille. Oh God, I don't know. See, this is the problem with these 50-50 guesses. I lose them like 90% of the time, so. And then
in the north, so English Channel, you know, it's nice to be an English Channel no matter what, but Germany has a free run at Belgium here with no unit against Munich to worry about. So, so this is diplomatic work here for France to do if he wants to give himself 2 builds.
I wouldn't mind seeing Ruhr support English Channel to Belgium here.
How come?
Yeah, it supports, it's a fleet, which is Germany you don't care about. Gets another unit on the North Sea, which you like. You see that France has got at least Italy making a token move towards him. And, you know, secures you an ally by giving Belgium to somebody.
Yeah.
Similarly supporting the English convoy to Belgium here. And, you know, trying to convince him not to cover London. There's a lot of ways to play this as Germany that work out all right.
Now, what about the traditional sea lion, where Germany and Denmark supports? No, actually, I'm sorry. It would be France supporting Denmark into the North Sea. Correct.
It doesn't work because Paris went south.
Yeah.
Yep. And why is that important? Say a little bit about that.
you need to be able to pick up Belgium and Holland and Denmark, and as part of that plan, in order to build the units to then take advantage of having secured the North Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And also to prevent
just launch the North Sea and have it retreat into Belgium.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what you have to prevent. Okay, good. Let's see what happened in the fall of 1901 here.
Support English Channel to Belgium.
And
Hunter covers Marseille.
doesn't need to, but gets 2 builds anyway.
But that was the guess. Is
all day.
This is an awfully nice place for France to be, though, isn't it?
Yeah, with Belgium and one of Iberia. Why wouldn't you?
You've got the other one in hand, and you've got a nice friend, you know? And diplomacy is all about making friends.
Oh,
Turkish setup. This is a trap Turkey falls into. Watch this not work out for Jason.
How many times have we seen this today?
Couple.
Like the 3rd, 4th time? Yeah.
Has it worked out for anyone?
I think Christian.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
But the other player, I think we've seen it twice. The other player was Brian Sheldon. He got displaced into Galicia and ended up keeping Galicia in 02 and disbanding Armenia.
That's right.
Didn't end so well. Okay, Germany gets 2, allows Sweden. I think we're 3 for 3 now in Russia's getting Sweden. Makes a lot of sense on this board with the pressure from Turkey. Okay, let's see some builds. And
Turkey builds an army.
You have to.
Yeah, you do.
But boy, are you just so naked down here.
I know.
You're going to get wrecked.
And there's no sign of AI conflict.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, this is not a great place to be for Turkey. Okay, then we will. Oh, and then the FG is in really good shape. This is a nice place to be. Down to Wilmington Insurrection, and this what's that?
Oh, this was the high-profile board.
This is the high roller board, really. I think.
Yeah, no, I called the last one high roller. This one's actually it.
All right, let us see. So to reset here, we've got Doug Moore, the German master, Hunter Katcher, the danger in France, and I was about to call him young, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore. So and we had the Fleet Liverpool build. All right, here we go. Germany takes North Sea.
John Jameson, North Africa.
But it's a fleet, so it doesn't really count.
I don't know, man. I think
on the bingo board, it is an army.
What's the point of going to North Africa here with instead of West?
It's. I don't know. Ed, what are you thinking there?
I mean,
it doesn't threaten
Spain. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, but I like.
So now he can support Tyrrhenian Sea to the Western Med.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't need it. Over in the east, we have Turkey with the optimistic set of orders.
Jason.
This is it's greedy and optimistic here. Yeah, no doubt about it. But the Russian with I'm not sure what's going on here.
Supporting Sev to Warsaw, I think.
That is very strange. Yeah. Okay. We have a retreat to Norwegian here.
Just note that the Austrian takes Bulgaria in the way that doesn't allow Turkey to retreat from Romania. That's the reason you do it that way. You can't cover it otherwise. It's suboptimal because you'd like to be able to move to the Aegean as a follow-up, but that's the only way to do it and guarantee it.
Yeah.
But you're getting 2 builds here, and if you want to form an AR here, then you go to Aegean and you support Romania down, right?
Yeah.
You have to. It's a guess whether Black would support Conan here, but it's an option anyway. Okay, let's see what happens.
Or you can be greedy.
Oh wait! Look at Bulgaria being unowned.
Yep. Yeah. This was the greedy option.
Yeah, that's the greedy option. But with it not allowing Turkey to build, it's fine.
And
Wow.
This happens.
And
Oh.
that's brutal.
This is an example of a position that in the spring looks really nice, and in the fall no longer does.
Why take a chance and walk out of Trieste? Are you hoping to build Fleet Trieste? Is that what you're thinking is there?
There's no reason to have walked out of it. Well, I mean, unless he was really worried about Russia going to Vienna. It's the only explanation for it, right?
Yeah, Galicia moved to this is Eric Hunter in Russia, and he's complained multiple times, I think we mentioned earlier, about having to click and use the mouse, or if he's on his phone, I'm not sure. He wants a typing option.
That's fair.
So that Galicia order smacks of a last-minute decision to do something, or just never got back around to changing it.
I mean, he had nothing. If he's going to support Romania, he's got nothing else to do with Galicia.
But Galicia should go away from Austria if they're working together, right?
Yep.
Or he could have bounced him in Vienna and guaranteed that
maybe that was what he was supposed to do. Okay.
The comments are pointing out. Let's go back just a second. That Doug Moore somehow just got into Edinburgh. It's fine.
Well, this was the retreat was to Norwegian rather than to Eddie, so this.
Well, that's sure, but
yeah. Well, this is England saying, "I'm going to go and take it out on Russia rather than you, Germany. I don't care."
And France.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, when you're as good at playing Germany as Doug Moore is, people just do this for you.
No.
The units. People just let them have belts.
Yep.
Yeah. So if we're going to pick who has the best position on this board, is there any debate here, Siobhan?
Germany. The French position is good, but I hate playing France, and so I will take any excuse not to pick that.
I mean, the German is in North Sea with an army in Edinburgh.
Yeah, you've got a German in North Sea with an army on the English island in 1902.
And no one attacking him.
And as far as I can tell, no one is mad at him.
Yep. England obviously doesn't care about that.
Yep.
That's good. It's a good place to be.
Now,
it's good to be Doug.
That said, France isn't necessarily in trouble here yet.
No.
Or even at all, right? Brest in the Atlantic Ocean, supported by English Channel, works. And
he has a problem with Belgium, though, doesn't he? By the end of the year,
if he's fighting with Doug, and why does Doug pick a fight with France at this point? Why Scandinavia?
Doug doesn't do it now unless Hunter gives him a reason to.
Yeah, Hunter's a solid player. He'll play ball.
So what does Doug need Hunter for? Explain that.
To avoid the perception that he's going to solo in 1905.
So early leader syndrome, basically. It helps him.
I mean, I think keeping Hunter around allows Doug a bigger play of the English mainland.
Yeah, Doug can't really do anything if Italy is getting big with the fleets in the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys say we stick with this for another year?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Here are the builds. What was that, Chris?
Yeah, go ahead, Siobhan. I gotta move my game.
Oh yeah.
So,
okay.
Do you want to break these down, or you want me to?
No, I'm happy to break it down. Okay, so the English and Norwegian are like, oh wait, he's in my home center. Go to Eddie for no decent reason. But I mean, I guess he gets back in. Doug walks into Liverpool and is at no risk of losing it.
But can't actually guarantee retaking of Edinburgh.
No, he can't guarantee a retake of Edinburgh, which I don't think he's overly concerned with. And he may just forego that and try and convoy another army into Yorkshire via North Sea. I mean, I think there are a few guesses there, but well, I mean, what else does London have to do except go to Yorkshire, I guess? So, I mean, it would be really fun if he and Hunter got on board and convoyed Holland through North Sea and English to Wales.
It would be a very strong commitment to this Western sphere when Russia, first of all, he's moved to Silesia, potentially irritating Russia, and Russia's getting a build.
Russia is getting a build.
He's getting 2 builds.
Yep.
He's
That does seem likely, especially since there was no follow into Galicia.
Well,
Denmark has to. Sweden. No, because St. Petersburg can go to Norway. Yeah, Norway can go back for Sweden. So.
No, I feel like I recall, and I think it was on a board with you, Brandon, but correct me if I'm wrong, you and Doug Moore were on a board some years ago where he, as Germany, moved into Silesia and just spent hours telling you, no, Germany doesn't go to Silesia to attack anything. That's just a place Germany is for security.
Yeah, this was DipCon 2017. We the 3 of us sat together on the flight home afterward, and I was Russia, and Doug Moore was Germany, and he moved to Silesia early on in the game, and of course it was irritating for me, and I had to deal with it. I did not overreact, but it was a pain in the ass. And the entire flight arguing with me that Silesia, there was no reason for Germany not to move to Silesia because it was a great place to be. And every time I would respond, yeah, it's great for Germany, not so great for Russia to have Germany there. His response was always, yeah, but Silesia is a great place to be.
And then as I recall at a tournament the very next year, someone did exactly that to him and he got very frustrated with them.
Did it? Good.
Yeah. I might be remembering that wrong. That may have just been a dream that I had, but we're going to say it's real.
That was good. And I should say at the DipCon, Doug edged me out by the narrowest of margins for the title. Yeah. And if I had handled him a little bit better on that board, I would have won it. So the moral of the story is, if you're next to Doug Moore, just kill him.
Yeah, just kill him. Corey's asking, how do you and I even remember a board that happened that many years ago? Corey, I was 7 months pregnant and painfully sober. So I had a really good chance at remembering it. There were also 6 diplomacy players on the first leg of that flight home. There were 4 weasels, Brandon, Jim O'Kelly, and 2 others who I don't recall at this moment, and Doug Moore and I, who were all sat in the same row on a Southwest flight just talking about the tournament.
Yeah, that was a good time.
So,
that was a good time. Yeah, that was coming home from Carnage. All right, so let's get back to some stuff here. Stop talking about us. Let's look at fall moves. What happens here? We've got France and Germany doing really well against England here, but England does manage to keep Doug from retaking Edinburgh, and Russia does the 2-step to get a fleet into position. Will we see a southern South Coast St. Petersburg fleet build here? I want to know. I look forward to seeing that. Okay. At this point, then, so Italy really took the slow road to getting fleets in position over here. Italy gets a build, goes back to Tyrolia. It looks like he and Austria have worked things out. And it looks like we have a late-breaking AIR, a lot like the sort that we were just talking about. Mm-hmm. Whose position do you like at this point, before we look at builds? Really quickly, Siobhan.
I still don't hate Germany, but I'm coming around to France.
Chris?
It's fine.
Yeah, you look at this as being an FG. They're going to mop up England, and then Germany's going to have a step on Russia. I mean, if Russia plays it smart and builds a fleet on the South Coast, then Doug has his work cut out for him. And if Austria and Italy get their act together and get up to the line, then you end up with a pretty big draw.
Yeah, 5-way draw. Yeah, it kind of feels like for the board top, it's kind of between France and Germany, with an outside chance that Russia could get the jump if these were lesser players. I think, given who these are, I think these are
not lesser players here.
And whichever one of these 2 gets the jump will in my opinion, depend on what Russia does. Let's see. Armies. The least dynamic possibility for the build in St. Petersburg. Our Doug Moore board.
Your board.
Our keyboard.
Germany boards.
We follow 06, so we can take this, I think, up to 05.
At least until the end of 05, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here is the scene. Turkey is on its way out. We have Doug Moore in Germany, who is doing his thing, but has a Russia potentially to contend with. So there's a question of whether Germany is now actually too spread out, and whether Hunter wants to try to take advantage of it, but he's got an Italian who took the very slow path to getting into the Western Mediterranean, if memory serves. Okay, who is up here? Siobhan, I think it's you, yeah?
Sure, let's go with it.
All right, Siobhan, spring 1904.
Oh, Jason, ever optimistic. That's really cute there. I don't know what you tried to promise anyone, why you're even supporting yourself in Dissev. It's not happening. You can't sit with us, Jason.
Talk about the West over here.
So we're talking about the West and the fact that Doug, as Germany, got to convoy himself to Edinburgh very, very early in the game. That was super cute. So he keeps Liverpool for now, walks into Eddie, supports France into London, and yeah, FG looks good, and France has bigger things to worry about than dotting Doug for a dot in Liverpool.
Yeah, so, as long as Italy's moving another fleet over, as long as this is happening, then the FG is solid here. Down here we got, yep. Okay, let's move on. Chris, follow vote 4.
Jason makes the bold move to try and convoy across to Romania. He gets lots of support, and it succeeds.
All right.
And
Austria walks out of Constantinople. So Austria has decided he wants an ally, and he's going to get it in Turkey. Russia kicks him out of Budapest, and he retreats to Italian Trieste. Are you effing kidding me? Just as I am positioned to be able to break France, look at the unwanted support that Italy gives Burgundy going to Marseille. Very nicely done, man. That's
nice.
Great. Plays that exactly right.
Our second unwanted support today, I believe.
Yeah. And if Italy doesn't have to pull here, they take a dot off of France.
Yep.
Maybe they pull Smyrna and Jason comes back?
Sure.
Oh my god.
But okay, so yeah, I mean, Austria's walking out of Con. Doug walks out of Eddie in the fall.
He decides to cover Liverpool, and he's trying to get the bounce. He might have been looking for London to tap Yorkshire, so that or he might have been looking for a bounce there. I don't know.
I think it was a guess. I think he was just guessing.
There was a 50-50 there. Okay.
Oh yeah, he was thinking Yorkshire to Liverpool, Eddie to Norwegian to Eddie, and instead England just guessed right. Yeah, Greg.
That's fair.
There's really no reason here for London not to go to York. I mean, the only move that would screw him there would be York to Wales.
No. Yorkshire to Eddie, supported by Norwegian, is a legit defense there, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's.
I like the Russian passivity in the north. You're just waiting to get killed by Germany once he finds the time.
Oh, once he has the time, it's coming.
And Russia is even here, so it got away with leaving Warsaw open. Let's and Doug Moore finds himself out of Silesia and into Bohemia, which, according to his 2-hour rant on the plane, is not the place you want to be.
It's suboptimal.
All right, winter builds. We've got
Italy picks up Smyrna.
And Italy picks up Smyrna. And
So mad. You're so mad. Italy.
Go Jason Mastbaum.
Wow.
Really?
So,
Are we really?
That's fun. That's so fun.
All right, Chris Martin, you're up. Spring 1905.
yeah, all right. So I like that Jason plays nice, at least for the spring, and kicks over to Armenia. Budapest is piffed, and Italy does not keep pressure on France, instead comes home against the perfidious Austrian? Ed just reads the tea leaves and says, all right, well, if Austria is going to retake Budapest, I can't have them in the Ionian.
But what do you get? I mean, but leaving Piedmont, I mean, you might as well keep leaning. This just is he must have changed his mind after the disband. And
yeah. Well, I mean, look at France's move to say, fine, you'll take one of my dots, and that will be the end of it. You'll never get anything else. And maybe Ed is just like, yeah, okay, maybe I don't even want to fight about that. While I might be losing Naples, and Venice, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. And well, Doug Moore just not, showing it. Well, I guess from here he's got the supported. South Belfast in Yorkshire, so now he supports himself to Eddie, and it's game over for England.
Yeah.
Greg had his best run. No.
The support of Galicia and Vienna rather than supporting Munich to Tyrolia is interesting here.
Keeping Russia on board doesn't really cost him anything right here. I mean, hey, Piedmont could have supported Tyrolia to hold. It's yeah.
Okay. Fall 1905.
Retreat from Tyrolia. Yes. Though.
Can we take a minute to appreciate that Turkey is just going to walk back into Smyrna now and be on 4? That's.
No, I cannot appreciate that.
Or he could take Sev.
He could.
And build an army in Khan.
Yeah.
He's got support from both Russia and Austria here, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. What you got?
Presumably, though, Russia's not going to be too happy about the support of Trieste and Budapest. All right, Matt Shields, you are up for fall 1905.
Fall. Okay, so Turkey does walk back to Smyrna. Italy is now changing his mind and heading back west, which I do not love. France continues to swing south. Okay, Italy's in a world of hurt now. He does not lose Tyrolia. Bohemia goes for Tyrolia, doesn't get in. This does not. Austria does not do much. This doesn't look good for Austria. Although we do have Russia. No, Russia is supporting himself into Romania, and that's not working because Austria supported it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Austria and Turkey are the only two who are actually working together over there anymore. No one's helping Russia, and Italy is kind of off on his own, doing his own thing. And in the West, does England survive? No, England does not survive. He desperately tried to support France into Liverpool. Didn't happen. Wouldn't have expected that to happen. And what looks like an agreed-to bounce in the North Sea, probably?
You would think. I mean,
yeah.
England had nothing else to do.
Yeah, Germany and France look very happy together. And everything else is just sort of a mess.
And suddenly, Germany has spare units to now move against Russia with.
Sure, yeah. This looks great for Germany.
I wouldn't be making long-term plans if I were Russia.
Yeah.
So builds, we got an army here in Ankara, an army in Berlin. Okay, and we have the disgusting army in Bohemia, right? Siobhan, here we go. Spring 1906.
Okay, so it's a whole lot of nothing in the middle there by Austria. I'm not even going to try and make sense of all of the lines.
These are convoy orders, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, Hunter Katcher, you have ordered one unit to do a support, and everything else.
I mean, if he thinks that this is likely, there's just no. But you write the orders anyway, just in case, right? In case the other side screws up.
I have actually seen. I've seen this before from players in various iterations where players have stolen their own orders from a box so that nothing did anything. I've seen it in just was that completely illegible? Like, I've seen the very intentional, mass misorder. It's harder to do on an online platform. So, but I mean, what does he lose by doing this?
I mean, nothing, right?
Exactly. So
that's why it could be.
Yeah, gets to Western Med.
But I think to a point that Andrew Goff would be making right now, there's no reason not to order these units to Albania.
At the very least, order them all to Albania.
Or Apulia, or maybe Livonia. Livonia, I think, is ignored in this situation like this. So.
Syria, also.
Yeah.
just a really good place to be right now.
All right, let's jump ahead here. This looks like a whole lot of nothing getting set up. We're going to need to see some sort of strategic shift here in order for this game to stay interesting.
This is a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to guess Hunter in France is trying to negotiate for the draw and is just like, see how little I'm doing?
Why isn't this game drawing? Like that's
I think his pitch.
Yep.
So, I mean, we've got a self-bounce in Holland over
And we're catching up
Congo.
again here, guys. We got to be careful.
Let's go over to Wilmington, Insurrection. This is Doug Moore and Hunter Katcher's game still going on.
Doug Moore does not call games that easily.
Jason Mastbaum, who is staying even here.
Taking more. I mean, yes, he loses Romania, but he takes Sev.
And keeps the army here. I beleave this is a beleaguered garrison.
It is. It absolutely is. Galicia's just like, hi, I'm here. And everyone's just like,
yeah, we'll see. If he's able to get into Ukraine, then it'll pay off. Otherwise, I think he'd probably rather rebuild it at home.
so
Up here, we have a self bounce with a convoy.
Oh, this is where we left it. I remember commenting on this.
Yeah. Okay, let's push forward here.
Yeah.
More self bouncing from Doug Moore.
Oh,
And
so cute.
Does get piffed here, but we have either a stab or an exchange. Oh, that was a spring term we were looking at. Hey, so Jason Mastbaum actually picks up a unit here, and with the rebuild is dropping 2. So yeah, he picks up 7. Bull loses Romania.
This is
Serbia. This must be a missed order. He's moving. This should either be supporting Romania here or going to Bulgaria.
There's no way that isn't a misorder, and Matt Krill is smart enough to not order that intentionally. So, sorry, Matt, that's very painful.
In the comments, we've got Dave Miletsky rooting for Mastbaum to top the board late, which would be...
Dave Miletsky, I always knew I hated you for a reason. No.
and Jonathan F. Doug didn't play 2 Germanys today, did he? Or do I just assume he's always playing Germany by default if I hear him mentioned? Both of those are potentially true.
They're both perfectly accurate, but no, he did not play 2 Germanys today.
But even when Doug Moore plays 1 Germany, it feels like there's 2.
It doesn't matter what power Doug is on the board, he is always also Germany.
All right, let's see what happens with the builds. Dropping 2 armies. Ooh.
That's
curious.
That's really curious. I mean,
what are you gonna do with them?
What are you going to do with them, and why? Given where everything else is on the board, wouldn't you at least drop 1 fleet?
Yeah, I would think fleet and care. I could even see 2 fleets, to be honest. But
I mean, I'm thinking fleet con and an army. Like fleet con, you can argue, oh, it's not coming after. It's not fleet Smyrna. It's not like.
The thing is, right, if you drop actually fleet Smyrna army con, because you're on East Coast Bulgaria, so letting that go back to Black Sea is completely reasonable.
But I mean, double army.
If you're fighting with Austria, you want a fleet in the Black Sea. And a fleet in the Aegean would be really helpful if you want to keep fighting Austria here. Boy, this for a game in 1907, this center count is very very even.
We are apparently playing for board balance here.
All right, let's see what happens in the spring. So,
Jason lucks out with it. Damn it!
Austria really lets him have his way.
Oh, Matt Krill, you and I need to talk to because.
So now Greece is guaranteed. So I suppose we're likely to see that.
Greece is guaranteed, or Romania is guaranteed,
Romania is not guaranteed.
Oh, not with the Russian there. You're right.
Yeah, I think you drop your army into Greece and support the Ankh back into Bull, or just support Doug. What about we finally get some movement from Doug Moore, who looks like he's moving against Russia, and we'll have 2 dots out of this year.
Yes. Yes.
While Hunter Katcher, his partner, is stuck in place.
Yeah.
Thanks to a very determined Italy-Austria line of fleets. All right, here's what happens in the fall.
Matt, you finally figured out that some shit's going on with Turkey, so you finally pull Western Med back.
But look, at Jason Mastbaum picks up 2 here.
Oh God, this hurt. Where is Chris Martin to go on a rant about Jason Mastbaum? Like,
I love what Mastbaum's doing here. What I especially like about Mastbaum's turn here is that he worked out that he didn't need to worry about Russia. So he had the luxury to both take Greece and go for Romania. Given the spring orders, that was not obvious. Spring orders had Russia supporting Austria against Turkey.
Okay. I mean, I love what Mastbaum is doing objectively. I hate that it is Jason Mastbaum doing it. I'm not even going to apologize for this.
Mastbaum, you are a loved and valued member of the hobby. All right, let's. Anything else?
Doug Moore, well played in Scandinavia.
Yeah, it takes 2. Also gets into Galicia here.
Yes. I mean, but apparently Silesia is the important one.
Right. If Silesia is nice for Germany to be in, I mean Galicia is really nice.
Really nice, yeah.
If you can back it up. If it just gets popped, then oh well. Okay, let's see about now Germany. So actually, back up here, because of this displacement, Germany actually only had 1 spot open for build. So you look at this move, Belgium to Holland here, and you kind of wonder if Hunter Katcher asked for Holland since Germany was getting 2 here, and whether this was ever in play. Italy drops 2 fleets, and
Doug can only build 1 despite picking up both Norway and Sweden.
Exactly. So
which is, I think, how he likes it. Like, it's I only built 1. There was only 1 place I could build, and y'all are gonna forget about that by next year.
But if Hunter, is like, I should have gotten Holland here. I should have gotten a build. Let's see.
All right. Well, let's see what Hunter. No.
Hunter moves into Burgundy.
Sure.
But tries to rotate other units away. Mastbaum explodes, tries to take Serbia here, and Italy moves into Vienna. We'll see if that is a stab or was meant to keep Germany from going there, something like that.
Yeah.
Boy, there's a lot happening on this board.
There's a lot happening late here. Wow. I've got a message from someone off stream who's like, the salt that you're giving Mastbaum right now is giving me life. So Jason Mastbaum. I'm not doing this to hurt you, Jason. I'm doing this to build other people up.
All right. So, a big question for me at this game right now is, what does Hunter Katcher do? Is he happy to play second fiddle to Germany? Is he playing a long game here, hoping to get something in the med before turning back? I don't know. I mean, this is very patient on his part. If he were to slip into the Irish Sea here, Germany doesn't have pressure on this side. All right.
I mean, if you're Hunter Katcher, are you willing to slip into the Irish Sea to dot Doug Moore?
The question is, where else is your growth coming from? And are you just happy to sit there while Doug grows and has an opportunity to move on there?
Yes. But yes, he is.
Here we have he supports North. A bounce in North would have been completely reasonable.
Would have been perfectly reasonable. Love whatever Doug did to get that support. Arrange a little bouncy bounce at Holland and Belgium. Jason loses Greece. Thank you, Matt Krill. Love you for that. Sorry you're losing everything to Ed Prem behind that, but
yeah, I actually still Turkey's here. He's now in the Ionian. He can retake Greece.
oh,
Austria has to pull a unit here. I think Jason Mastbaum will be fine. Barring a solo, Mastbaum will be in the draw.
That's painful.
Yeah, but so now Italy is building 2 here, and is back in Western Med, and now all of a sudden Hunter Katcher has, I think, no prospects for growth, unless he can convince Italy to turn around, and after Italy turned around and Hunter followed him, I don't see what would cause Italy to turn around again. Unless he were about to get eaten by Turkey, but Turkey and Italy probably work out an agreement here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Doug Moore is calling this anytime soon.
Yeah, you think Doug Moore is thinking solo in the long term?
A possible solo, or just really solid, like board topping, low power draw.
So he's got a build in the bank. Drops an army here, most likely. Let's have a look.
Yep, there's the army.
He finishes Russia off, and he just needs to keep Hunter at bay. And Hunter's got a big Italian problem again.
Hunter's been at bay and is even more so now. And Doug just has the role here.
Yep.
I'm going to leave you for 2 seconds to sort of roll through this. I'll be back.
Okay. I will talk our crew through this. Here we have Doug Moore moving east. We have Hunter Katcher moving into Holland. Will be interesting to see in the fall turn whether that sticks or not. Also whether it was agreed to or not. So Italy and France were able to work out their differences, and Italy and Turkey looks like are going to be at fisticuffs here, rather than team up to finish Austria off. So let's move to the fall, see what happens. And Hunter does keep Holland. And Doug Moore in Germany convoys back to Kiel, which tells me that this exchange or this change of Holland may not have been agreed upon. Doug Moore stays even by picking up St. Petersburg, and Turkey gets a build by picking up Budapest, and Turkey gets into Greece here. So there's a bit of a dynamic situation here in the east, with Austria getting whittled away, but Italy and Turkey becoming, I think, more and more entwined in a battle. We also have, in a big turnabout here, we have France going back into the Mediterranean. So this is a possible sign that that Holland was agreed upon. Hunter could have said, I need another build here in order to make some headway against Italy. Doug might have agreed. And so, Siobhan, welcome back.
Hi.
We've gotten through 1910 here, so we're almost caught up to this game. A couple interesting things here happened here in 1910. Hunter got Holland, and you thought maybe this was agreed upon, but Doug convoys from Prussia back to Kiel, which suggests that this was not a welcome change. On the other hand, we have Hunter Katcher going Mid-Atlantic to West and Marseille to Lyon.
So this is either terrible communication on their part, or there's no way Doug convoys back to Kiel if that was an agreed upon move.
It's hard to see, right? Because it's a big loss of tempo.
And the balance in London.
They bounce in the spring as well.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe that was agreed upon one. Oh God. Okay.
If you're Hunter Katcher and you're sitting here and you have just picked a fight with Doug Moore, you gotta go to Liverpool here.
Yeah.
You've got Italy backing off and getting deeply intertwined with Turkey.
So, I see in the comments, what is MAO even doing? And that's kind of, yeah. That's my 2020 feels is, what is it even doing?
You cannot, this will amount to a paper cut if this is a stab.
Mm-hmm.
In order to make this work, you need to get at least the switchblade out. And that's what Irish into Liverpool would be. It's not a killer stab, but it is something that shifts the balance of this alliance more on equitable footing.
Yeah. All right. So let's get through winter of this, and then I think we need to move on to something else.
Yeah. So the Fleet Marseille. This is definitely a bid to get Doug Moore to.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I also know that Italy's building, so I need to keep that.
Even more reason, I think. You wanted to see Italy build and use that unit in the east.
Yeah. Oh.
Spring 1911. Well, why aren't they? Let's see. It's still showing spring 1911. Maybe we're waiting for a retreat here.
Oh, okay. Yes, probably the retreat from Serbia, it looks like.
And Greece.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so see, yeah, we already did 2E, okay.
Well, I mean, there's a little bit to comment on here. It looks like Doug Moore and Hunter Katcher are just fine for the moment.
Yeah.
And Hunter is making a play for Tunis. That will work if he's willing to give up Western Mediterranean.
I mean, we'll see, and he should be. If it's just a matter of wanting a dot, nah. I continue to be disappointed at how much y'all are giving Jason Mastbaum. And Conrad had to sort Germany out. Yes, you did, Conrad, and thank you. All right.
Conrad, how did you get him to not move his fleets that 1 year after he built 2? That's what we want to know.
We need to get Conrad on the stream for a minute, but.
Well, look, the question is to who knows how long these games are going to go.
Yeah. Well, it's Doug Moore, so forever.
So yeah, this was so Doug Moore. Have we seen this?
Oh no.
No.
Wait, then we're ahead of where we saw.
This is where we left it. And then
sure, poor sweet Matt Krill.
I thought Hunter would convoy here rather than risk West being open.
We did talk about that convoy.
But we do have an elimination, and we've got builds for both Germany and France. Germany is going to have to sit on one because it only has one spot open for a build. But that puts they're in winter now, and Doug is on 11, and Jason is on 9, and Jason is on 10, and Hunter is on 9. Okay.
I don't know how many times I can express my disappointment that y'all let Jason come back.
I'm happy for him. All right, this game is 2C. I wonder if this one drew, and it just hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
It says adjudication is paused.
It's paused. Okay.
And this adjudication is paused. I'm not sure what that means, but.
Yeah.
All right, Siobhan, at 1:52 a.m. Central Time, for about 2 hours later than I thought we would go.
It's double 1:52 a.m. over here.
All right. Have a great night. It was wonderful doing the live stream with you as always. And thank everybody who has been watching and commenting.
Yes.
And, we will see you guys at some point in the future. Minnesota is having an online game on June 6th, and that is open to anybody who wants to play. And that is an online face-to-face game involving a lot of video and voice negotiation.
Yep, I already have one inquiry into that. I'll message you tomorrow, Brandon, about details about who you get in touch with.
Yeah, contact us on the YouTube channel or directly on WebEx Teams if you want information on how to play in that. And guys, thank you all for watching. And Siobhan, thank you for commentating. David Hood, thank you for running an awesome tournament. That was extremely successful. Yep. Thank you, Corey and Mitch and Chris Martin for GMing.
Yep.
And good luck.
Before he leaves us, let's all give a major, major thank you to Brandon, who has done so much work into making this live stream interface what it is. And it's amazing. And I've gotten so many questions about what is it that you're using? How do I get a hold of it? So Brandon, you have been invaluable and you don't give yourself enough credit. So thank you.
I wrote this software, so it's not available. Sorry. All right, guys. Thank you for that, Siobhan, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes. Good night, all. I'll be back on the chats to talk with y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.